Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alex. I'm an online personal stylist and I'm sharing all of my best fashion and beauty tips to help you discover your best style. In this video, I'm sharing my quick and easy and very classic, a little bit glamorous holiday look. I think this makeup look is perfect for Christmas or New Year's or honestly any holiday gatherings you have in between. So the main feature of this look, as you can tell, is the bold red lip. You can always swap this out for a nude lip if you want something that's just really simple and very pared down. But I love the bold red lip paired with such light eyes. I just put mascara on, no lashes, and just some shimmer on the lid. I think it's a great contrast to have like very fresh skin and very light eye makeup and then just a super bold lip color. And of course, since it's the holidays, I went for just a super classic blue toned red, but you could also swap out for another bold lip color just depending on what you're wearing and depending on where you're going. This is a very versatile look. So you don't need the exact shadows that I used either. Anything that is just super light, super glittery, shimmery, and has sort of a champagne undertone. You could totally do silver if you want as well. I just find that silver is a little too harsh on my skin. I prefer something that has at least a champagne undertone to it, something a little bit warmer, or you can also do a gold undertone. That would be also really beautiful. I just went with more of a champagne-y color. I know it looks quite silver on camera. I think that's just because of the bright lights. And then for skin, I kept it really simple, very clean, classic, light, very fresh as well, and it went for a really glowy skin. So, you know, I put on quite a bit of highlighter and I used a glowier blush. I used the Becca Flower Child mineral blush, which has a nice shimmer kind of sheen to it, so it's giving me this really nice glowy skin. I'm just gonna warn you now, my little beauty marks are covering up some pimples that just really did not want to be covered by concealer. So that's one of my favorite little beauty tricks that I've learned. I really hope you guys enjoy this makeup look and let me know what you think of it in the comments. Let me know what makeup you will be doing for the holidays. And if something like this is not your speed and you want something that's more glam, stick around because I will also be doing a very glam holiday look as well for you guys, give you a little variety. Okay guys, that's all for me. I'm gonna stop rambling now. Let me go ahead and show you how I got this makeup look. Okay guys, so to start off, I'm gonna be using the Milk Hydro Grip Facial Primer. I'm just gonna rub this in all over my face with my hands. And as you can see, it adds quite a bit of grip and stickiness to the skin. Then I'm going to go in with the Airbrush Flawless Filter Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Too Cool. I'm just using this Real Techniques stippling brush to apply that. Sorry, this is dirty. But yeah, I'm just going to apply this all over my skin in a buffing motion. This foundation has a really beautiful finish. It really does look flawless. This is one of my absolute favorite foundations, and it doesn't feel heavy or cakey. It feels really nice and comfortable to wear all day, but it's got nice coverage. And then I'm going to go in with the NARS Creamy Concealer in Custard and Vanilla. So I'm kind of wanted something in the middle of these two shades because I felt like Custard was too dark and I felt like Vanilla was too light. So I literally mixed these on my actual face and then blend them in just with my beauty blender. So I'm just taking this under the eyes, center of the forehead, down the nose, and on the chin. And like I said, just blending this in with my damp beauty blender. I ended up taking a little bit more of the vanilla shade and putting it just under my eyes for a little extra brightness. And then I took the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Light Sand. This is pretty close to most of my foundations, and I just used this to cover this really stubborn little pimple I had on my cheek, which it added a little coverage, but it's still kind of there. Then I took the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder, and I buffed out any creases under my eyes with my sponge, dipped into that powder, and set my under eyes with the sponge. And I also set my lids because this is how I prep for eyeshadow. Then I took the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder in number 2 from Charlotte Tilbury with this little random no-name face brush, and I just packed that powder on to set my foundation, and then I just use a light buffing motion after I stipple on the powder so that I don't disturb the foundation underneath, but I end up with a really smooth, flawless finish. Then I'm taking the NARS Laguna Matte Bronzer with my Morphe M527. This is my favorite big, giant, fluffy bronzer brush. I'm just going to take this around the forehead, on the cheeks, and a little bit under the chin, just doing an all-over bronze just to add some warmth back to my skin. And then I noticed it was getting a little choppy, a little patchy, so I took the same brush that I used for my powder and I just stippled over top of that until it was smoothed out. Then I'm taking this other no-name brush and just taking a really small amount of that bronzer and kind of contouring my nose, but I'm not being too precise with it. Then I'm going to take the Becca Mineral Blush in Flower Child, and I'm going to take this on my Eco Tools beloved little blush brush, and I'm just going to tap this on. And I ended up taking this up kind of into my bronzer and my temples because I just, again, wanted a really all-over bronzy, glowy look. Then I set my face with the Morphe setting powder and then took good old Becca Champagne Pop on my M501 to do some serious highlighting. So I took this along my cheekbones, connected it up to right above my brow as well. And then I took this small little brush and took it down at the bridge of my nose and right on the very tip of my nose, and I just blended that out with my fingertip. On to brows now. I'm going to take the Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown, brush through my brows, and then I start by drawing a line underneath my brows to get my arch how I want it to be. And then I'll go in and fill in my upper arch and kind of draw that in because I don't really have much of an arch to my eyebrows. And then once I get that mostly filled in, then I'll start adding a few hair-like strokes to the very front of my brow. And as I do all this, I brush it out with the spoolie end just to make sure nothing is looking super harsh. Then I'll just continue to fill in my brow and my arch wherever I've got any little sparse areas. Then I take the ABH powder in Ash Blonde and Taupe. I take the darker side and the little Anastasia Beverly Hills angled brush, and I use that to kind of set down my upper arch. And then I'll take the lighter shade and run that just through the front of my brow to give me a nice gradient. And then again, I will buff and brush through all that with a spoolie. Then I take the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel and set down my brow hairs so that they don't budge. Now onto eyes. I'm going to take this Cover FX Shimmer Veil Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Celestial. Such a tongue twister. So I just put this right on my lid with the applicator and then took the M124 brush from Morphe. It's just a flat shader brush, and I buffed it out from inner to outer corner just to get a nice even coverage across my entire lid. And I just flicked a little right at the edge of the shadow line just so it kind of blurred and blended out seamlessly. Then I'm going to dip into the Morphe and James Charles palette. I'm just taking this little shimmery shade right here. It's the second one in from the top. It just has a nice champagne-y kind of gold undertone, and it's not a bright white silver. So I just put this on that same flat brush from Morphe and sprayed it with some Fix Plus to really make it super shimmery, and just put that over top as well as on my inner corner. Then I'm going to set my face again, lock everything in place, and then I'm going to take my eyelash curler, curl my lashes. This is a must for me because I have such straight eyelashes. Then I'm going to take my favorite mascara, the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara, and I will just coat my upper lashes twice and my lower lashes once. This is such a great mascara. It is my absolute favorite ride or die mascara. Then I'm going to take this Morphe E8 little brush, and I'm taking the same Charlotte Tilbury powder and just powdering the very center of my face. I always like to do this after I have set my face so that nothing moves. Then I'm going to take this brown shade
from the Morphe and James Charles palette on this Sonia Kashuk little brush, and I just dab off some of that shadow on the back of my hand, so I'm only going with a really small amount, and I'll go over that pimple and turn it into a little beauty mark, and then I just run over it with my beauty blender to blend it in. Then I'm going to take the NYX Hot Red lip liner, and I'm going to go ahead and line my lips. This is a really beautiful red color. It is a nice blue toned red, which is really classic as opposed to an orange tone red, something a bit warmer. So with this, I really take my time. I really wanted to make sure that my line was super crisp because this is such a bold feature in this look. You want to make sure that your lip line is nice and smooth, that it's nice and even, all that good stuff. And also when you're working with red, if you make a mistake, you can fix it, but I find it to be kind of a pain in the butt. So just really take your time, go slow, and slowly build up your lip line instead of going in super heavy-handed and accidentally making a mistake. Then I'm going to take the Melted Matte liquid lipstick from Too Faced in the shade Lady Balls. This is my absolute favorite classic red liquid lip. It's so gorgeous. And I'm just going to put this all over my lips, of course. And then just to make sure that everything is looking as absolutely perfect as we can possibly get it, I do go back in and make a few little corrections. This is me just checking to make sure I didn't get any on my teeth. I just like to work off the back of my hand when I'm doing cleanup work like this. So I just take a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand on just a small flat definer brush from NYX, and I'll just go around the edge of my lips and fix up any mistakes that I may have. And once I kind of clean that line up and get it nice and crisp, I'll just blend out the very edge of the concealer into my foundation with my finger. And then I go back in with the lip liner once again, just to sharpen anything up and touch up any little bits and bobs. And then we are all set, you guys. This is the final look.
Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.